try and direct, at some point you're going to be in a room with a person who is going to, in a weird way, give you permission to direct. And they'll give you permission to direct by giving you money in order to hire a film crew and rent camera equipment. And in order to get your hands on that money, which is what you want if you're going to try and direct, you're going to need to find an effective way of telling a story to somebody. And that same thing is what you're going to have to do again and again and again every single day to every single part of the movie, to every department head, to every actor, to every person, to yourself, to the producers. Maybe you're telling them different parts of it, but your ability to effectively, your ability to be a good storyteller, which is not necessarily the same thing as being a good writer. It's a good storyteller, and your ability to figure out how to use the various tools of the craft of filmmaking to tell a story well, to the extent that you're able to explain that to the various different people who you need to explain it to in order to get the camera where you want it to be and why you want it to be there, it's that ratio that you're probably going to be successful.
Producing and directing is as much craft as it is art. You have to learn from people. You have to be a good colleague, a good friend, a good listener, and be willing to park your ego. And everybody wants to be a director, and that's very much an ego kind of profession. But controlling yourself and listening and being connected to people around you are as much a skill, as much a craft, as being a great writer or a great director.
Well, I think SCAD and most academic institutions do a great job in providing students with the skills that they need to make movies, but very often they're at a loss of how to take those skills and then market them so that they can have a career in film. And what we try to do with the Young Directors Forum is to bring in people who are in the same position that students are today. They're getting ready to graduate, they have their degree, and they're looking for a career. How do I get started? And we're bringing people to them who have made that transition in the real world and can give them guidance and give them advice on how to do that.
I had a good time. There seemed to be a pretty decent attention span. There were a lot of interesting questions, a lot of good, strong questions. I think the real question is, how did the people in the audience think that the Young Directors Forum went this year?
I thought it was really helpful. I thought, most of the advice it's information that young directors need to hear. It's encouragement, it's warning, and it's just overall really helpful for a young director or any other filmmaker. Anyone that's ever wanted to make a film. It's something that they need to hear. It's absolutely imperative that to focus on determination and courtesy and etiquette, and as well as just simple stuff like homework can do so much work and preparation.